Girls. We're watching episode 17 of season 1 of the originals. It's your girl Ray. You're watching It's Told by Ray. Anything you need to know about me can be found in the description box down below, whether that's my Twitter, my Instagram, my Twitch, the Patreon, or the YouTube membership. We're not gonna waste no time with the intro. Let's get into it.
You do recall that woman tortured our sister.
She also revealed the truth about our sister's treachery.
And as a consequence, Rebecca is gone forever.
A desire which she apparently harbored for quite some time.
Plus, it has been a month. Now, I feel our sister's loss as deeply as you. But you must stop distracting yourself with this ridiculous behavior and channel it into some kind of action.
Why must I? Exactly.
Because over the course of Marcel's tenure, the city grew accustomed to having a king. You wanted this throne. Now you must accept the responsibility that accompanies that.
Apologies, but I'm rather ensconced in other pursuits.
If you could so easily neglect your home, I wonder what will become of your daughter.
Don't talk about my child.
Have you forgotten what it was like to live beneath the threat of violence? We must work together, Niklaus. Let's make the city whole again.
Perhaps it is too broken to mend.
I feel like mentioning his daughter is where Elijah went wrong. I feel like Klaus was listening up until he said, what will come of your daughter? And then right then is when Klaus shut down. Baby, stop talking about that man family.
These are the rules of the city according to Marcel Gerard, which of course no longer apply, because I am in charge.
You said if we came along that we would get to run things by ourselves. Never mentioned anything about making yourself king.
Well, you were each selected to represent your own communities. And I'll honor that. However, issues which arise between factions, it'll come to me. Now, we are all, to some extent, responsible for the current chaos in the city. However, you have one very, very simple choice ahead of you here. You can all play nicely together, or you can leave.
When are you gonna stop being such a bitch to me, Monique?
Fact.
When you stop being weak. You're supposed to be a harvest girl, but maybe you don't belong here.
Respectfully, I would have punched that bitch in her face, and it just would have been that. Rebecca's not being thorough enough for me right now. I mean, not Rebecca. Jesus, Davina is not being thorough enough for me right now, and I ain't feeling it. Punch her in her face. Hit her in her
Maybe you
shit.
never did.
Then all we gotta do is just forget she spent half her life with humans and the other half with vampires.
Ollie, back off.
It's okay. If the run of the litter's got something to say, he should say it.
You know, word from the quarter is your boy Elijah's holding some kind of power summit. Guess who wasn't invited?
Where did you hear this?
No, it doesn't matter. The point is that we're stuck here living in the swamp while your vampire boyfriend's deciding who gets what in the city. And I guess that shows how much respect he's got for the werewolves, huh?
Is it not supposed to be like a secret thing that the curse is broken? Like, is that not okay?
They want a seat at the table. And if they don't get one, I can guarantee that you will all regret it.
Absolutely not. We will start a war. The likes of which the city has never seen.
Do you believe this will actually work? That we can finally have some semblance of peace in this city?
I saw the light from the courtyard and took a chance that you weren't with the half-naked psycho witch. Seems I gambled and lost.
10 minutes ago, I was fully naked.
Oh, then you served your purpose. Don't let me hold you up.
Can't be gangster as fuck.
You O'Connell sure do love to piss off witches.
Really? The woman tried to blackmail me into stabbing you with the mystical knife of excruciating pain.
Well, New Orleans breeds nothing if not strange bedfellows. But I assume you're not here to question me on my leisure activities.
I'm here about my uncle. He's deteriorating. The pills, the meditation, they're not working. His lucidity is shrinking by the day. A witch did this. A witch can undo it. You seem super tight with Genevieve. Maybe you could persuade her to help.
It won't do any good. These hexes, they start with magic, but as they take root, they alter the very chemistry of the brain. I'm sorry, Cammy. The damage is done.
I refuse to accept that.
Well, bitch, you're gonna have
And
to.
you would too if you had any concept of family.
Rounding up an army.
Can't take back the city without one. You have nothing. No weapons, no allies. You go even close to the quarter and Elijah will kill you. That's if Klaus doesn't get you first.
So what? Maybe I should hide out in Bucktown like you.
Yeah, maybe
I
you
think
should.
you're here because you don't want to leave your home. I sure as hell don't want to leave mine. A battle is brewing, T. And while everyone's busy choosing sides, I'm gonna find a way to take back our city.
You're gonna fail. And even if you do succeed, it will be short-lived. Because after that, you're gonna fail. I'm just...
So,
leave Klaus alone. Leave
with
him
me?
alone. This is how people
You were always
die.
great with words, Marcel. But it's gonna take more than a pretty speech this time.
Don't. Just leave. Just start over.
I'm not going anywhere as long as there's still a chance.
How many
Bitch, there's
times
no chance.
do I have to tell you I can't be fixed?
And how many times do I have to tell you I will not stop trying?
That is just stubbornness, like when you were a little girl. You always had to be right. You never listened to just the thick head of yours.
Hey,
I prayed for you. And I got no answer. There's only blackness. There's only death. There's mine. And yours.
You'll deal with me from now on.
Are you giving me a mandate?
No. I'm giving you an ally. I want peace just as much as you do. My lifestyle, which I enjoy very much, depends on it.
Yes, I can see you're highly motivated.
Do you know, I should mention, I've already spoken to the city's new mayor and the chief of police and other interested parties, and I have their blessing. I think you find it beneficial to have me on your side, even if it's just to prevent my less civil brethren from lashing out in ways that could prove painful to you.
Oh, she thinks you can threaten Elijah. That's really funny. I like that.
Have a good night.
You recall in 1720, the governor's desperation to secure our help to build the city's first levees. We sat with him and refused his offer. And so he plied us with wine, with corseted women, and with raucous camaraderie until he had his yes.
Are you suggesting that I throw a party?
This feels like a really bad idea.
I trust you've spent as much time fortifying alliances as you clearly have selecting that dress.
So you do notice me. And yes, I've already settled the dispute over the docks. I've pacified the witches with an increased share in cemetery tours, and I've given the Crescents a welcome back to humanity gift in the form of $100 chips to my casino. So, I think I deserve some champagne, don't you?
You know, in light of Kieran's deteriorating condition, the others have acquiesced to your proposal. He will represent the human faction until he's ready to resume.
And I suggest we make the most of our limited time together.
Something about her that I don't.
You will be polite and welcoming.
Yeah, see, his people killed my whole family. My sister bled out on the floor right next to me. And the only reason I'm standing here is because Marcel came along and turned me before I bled out too. So I'm telling you right now, I cannot be polite and welcoming to that.
Diego, I understand your anger. However, there are certain overtures that need to be made if we are to find a degree of peace.
And I feel what Elijah's saying. He's not saying y'all gotta be the best friends. It's never, it doesn't have to give that. But it does have to give, we all live here, and so we should all be able to live here peacefully. That's what it does have to give.
Haley tells me that this peace treaty is important to you.
Yes, it certainly is. So much so, in fact, if anyone threatened to dismantle what I'm building here, I destroy everything they hold dear.
Fact. I'll kill
What a
you,
wonderful evening.
but with a smile. I love how Elijah says that. It's like, don't fuck with me. I'll kill you. You know, it's still love though. Fuck what you know, but I kill you. Don't play it.
I'm so glad you accepted my invitation.
So is this where the great Klaus Michelson says something poignant and snaps my neck?
I'm not here to kill you. I'm here to offer you a gift.
Out of the kindness of your vampire heart.
Our hearts are more similar than you might realize. You see, long before I evolved, mine beat as a werewolf. I know your power. I know your burden. I'm here to take the latter away.
You want to make me a hybrid?
Oh, Lord.
I put my pack first. And I'm not gonna let anything compromise my family line, especially becoming some bloodthirsty vampire parasite.
That pride. That sense of loyalty. Well, that's exactly why I haven't snapped your neck yet.
Well, if you're not gonna kill me, then what the hell do you want?
Only to give you back the city that was taken from you. How is that for poignant? My mother was a very powerful witch. I watched her craft all manner of magical items, but her most prized possession was this ring. I hadn't seen it for 1,000 years, and then it turned up hanging around the neck of a werewolf, a direct descendant of my biological father. I believe she gave him this ring as a way of freeing him.
How so?
Daylight rings shield vampires from the sun, so why not a moonlight ring to protect werewolves from the curse?
Wow.
Think about it. No more breaking bones. No more losing control to the beast within.
You look,
Nervous, out of place, short in the stress.
I was gonna say pretty. I'm Oliver. So what's the name of the girl I'm about to ask to dance?
Her name is Monique.
Monique would have had me fucked up. She would have been got punched in the face. What it the fuck is taking Davina so long to smack that bitch? Like, I'm not understanding.
It is weird being back here.
He's not gonna hurt you again. In fact, he won't leave the attic at all. I arranged for a little boundary spell.
You got a witch to help you? I thought they hated you.
For you, I found one who doesn't. Hey, what's wrong?
You're the first person to help me in a month. Kieran's the only family I have left. Without him, I'm alone.
Yeah, I'm a little short on family myself these days. Hey, if there's anything I can do to help Cammy, just let me know.
There is one thing. We're out of bourbon.
If my people wronged you in any way, you have my condolences, okay? Though I'd be surprised if I can't get you up and down being half as ugly as him.
This ends now. I won't ask again.
Oh, we'll end it all right.
What's stopping you? Kill him.
I'm sorry. What?
Shouldn't you intervene or something?
Why would I? This party just got interesting.
I mean, it was Oliver who handed Rebecca over to the witches so they could torture her. But then again, wasn't it Diego who led a werewolf massacre last month? And the witches cursed the wolves, while the humans stood back and let it all happen. So when you think about it, everyone here deserves to die.
Are you approaching a point?
My point, Elisha, is this. If we can't all learn to get along, if our families can't create some sort of community, then what's the point? Kill each other and get it all over with.
You know, I've only gotten roses once in my life. Didn't even get to keep them.
Why not?
My first boyfriend, my only boyfriend really, gave them to me for Valentine's Day senior year. Tried to hide them in my bedroom, but my parents found them. You may not know it, but roses will jam even the best paper shredders. You know, I don't have a home to go home to. Or a family to go home to. I used to hate myself for that. But the thing is, I don't really care what they think anymore. If your family doesn't like you the way you are, screw them. You got me. Cammy. Even Marcel, if you want.
Marcel used me.
He used you to fight the people who were trying to kill you. And, you know, he also saved you from those people, so... You don't have to trust the guy, but he does love you. And P.S., so do I.
Even if I don't have any magic. All the power I had was from the other Harvest Girls. I don't even know what I have without it.
Don't you owe it to yourself to find out? You're a witch, Davina. You can't change your DNA any more than I can. So you might as well embrace it.
I want character development for Josh too. Like, I hope at some point he becomes a character that you see more often, because I think he's got some real. Even from when he first became a vampire, you could tell that his character has changed a bit, and I love that for him.
You're a good friend, Marcel.
You should lie down.
I'm tired of being alone.
I am too.
This is bad. This is all bad.
Not that that wasn't totally worth it. It can never happen again.
Did she put a hex on her too? But Davina said, I'm her. Play with me if you fucking want to, girl. Even though she should have punched her in the face. You know me, I always advocate for violence to happen when it needs to. However, this is cute too.
And in some cases,
of our werewolf form, our bite would be lethal to vampires 24/7. The humans who hunt us, the witches who curse us, the vampires who hate us, we wouldn't just be their equals. We'd be their superiors.
Superiors is crazy.
Sign it.
why? You've already done so on our behalf.
Brother, I'm not a fool. It's clear to me you're not as disinterested as you'd like me to believe. Sign it, please. If there is no peace between us, then how can you expect others to follow suit?
Fine. If it'll make you happy. But I assure you, the city's inhabitants will not adhere to this agreement.
Well, you are welcome to wager against me. You will lose.
We'll see.
Child, it is messy around these parts here. All one can do is hope that it gets better, child. That's all one can do, honey. Anyway, with that being said, good night and goodbye.